Hey, truth seekers, welcome back. Zach here. It's April 11th, 2017. The big news story today, a man being drug off a United Airlines flight by security and police, being injured in the process. He was told he needed to give up his seat. He would be refunded. He could be rescheduled, but he did not want to get off. So security forcefully yanked him out of his seat and then drug him on his back all the way off the plane. This is the big news story today, April 11th, despite the news reportedly happened over the weekend, Sunday, April 9th. I'm going to show you why this news story is coming today, April 11th, and why it is manufactured propaganda that is meant to connect a subliminal to World War and Pearl Harbor Day. That might sound ridiculous. I'm going to show you that it's absolutely the case, and it's truly undeniable. Before we get to that, I want to let you know this is the last video I'm making before my radio show tomorrow, Wednesday night. Those of you who follow my work and follow these other channels that also try to knock me and take stabs at me and discredit me and say all these bogus things about me, if you follow those channels, will you leave those channels a comment and let them know that I really want my critics to call into my radio show tomorrow evening? Every Wednesday, I'm on Truth Frequency Radio, 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. to midnight if you're out east. You know, there's people like Polarization Nation. Almost every video he makes, he takes a stab at my work. And I just think, why does he do this? You know, his work's not all that different from mine. We're largely trying to expose the same things. He has a tendency to be more dramatic and make huge predictions for massive casualties, which I wish he would realize isn't the way the powers that shouldn't be work. But I don't sit here and knock his work. I just wonder why he's always trying to take a stab at me. And, you know, it's just like he uploaded this video today. And just so you know, I mean, a lot of people who follow me follow you, Polarization Nation. So they let me know right away. They say, hey, Zach, he took another stab at your work. Real quick, I'm just going to play. He does this in like all of his videos now. Just listen to what he says right here. Why take a stab at my work? And again, why I'm putting this in the video is because, look, I'm putting out these videos and this message for everyone. I want everyone to appreciate this work, share this knowledge, especially a person like Polarization Nation. So Polarization Nation, Russian vids, a call for an uprising, all these other people that make all these videos about me, slandering me, lying about me, I want you guys to call my radio show. Tomorrow night, 866-37-TRUTH. The link to listen's down below. You know, the last 2 weeks actually, there's been a different number to call in. There's been a temporary number. I'm hoping it'll be fixed by tomorrow. If not, I'll give you the new number. But just listen to the show. I'll say whatever the new number is. If it's a different number at call time, but typically it's 866-37-TRUTH. I want Polarization Nation, all these people to call in and let me know why they're hating on my work so much. You know, my work only complements everyone else's work who's seeking truth, searching for the truth. But just listen, I mean, this is just his latest comment. He does a comment like this in every video. Why do you have to keep taking a stab at my work? Listen.
Media and truther media with a grain of salt. People want you doing math class, number gematria breakdowns, or mocking crisis actors all day long.
So, you know, it's not that I want people doing gematria and just wasting their time doing math. I want people to see how every day we're given propaganda that is coded in numbers. And, I mean, if you watched his video, I actually took the time to watch this video of his. His whole video was mathematical breakdowns. So how are you going to end your video by taking a swipe at gematria? See, he doesn't teach his viewers gematria. He just teaches them how to... Truly, his numbers work. It's sort of interesting. But really what he's doing is manipulating numbers in the way that our critics would say, well, you can do anything like that with numbers to make your point. That's where polarization's numerical work leads to. You know, not far. Easy to say, well, that's just manipulation. What I do is based in a system that can't be manipulated. It's a system. It's just like you can only spell a word correctly a certain way. You can only do a mathematical problem correctly a certain way. So Polarization Nation, instead of taking a swipe at me in each video you put out, instead of saying I'm the Boston Marathon bomber, call into the radio show and let's have a conversation. But look, this is why gematria is the truth. This is why you want to know about gematria. Look at this. Look at this. Another bombing. Another headline. But this is my point. This story about public relations, this Asian man getting drug off the plane, this is coming at the time where we're getting these headlines about, are we on the verge of World War? Is it about to be Russia versus the United States? United States versus Russia and North Korea, as it was in the time of the Korean War? Who else is getting in this? Are we going after Iran finally? This building narrative, the tensions rising each day because this unchecked agenda carries on. But look, today's April 11th, 11/4 as most parts of the world writes the date. Pearl Harbor in gematria sums to 114. Think about it. Bombing, planes, Asian man being drug off a plane. The headline on April 11th. Pearl Harbor 114, like World War, like Holocaust. If you missed my video the day after Donald Trump made his first Islamic ban, the travel ban on airplanes, the day after there was that mosque that was burned in Texas that had the gematria of 114, I said these are all symbols. They're taking us to World War. These are symbols for where they're taking us, these numbers. These numbers are symbols. So, a little bit more. Pearl Harbor Day, what we remember it as, has gematria of 144 like Asian man. Here's an Asian man, unnamed, being drug off a plane. When you write out 44, it sums to 144, just like when you write out Asian, it sums to 44. When you write out kill, it sums to 44. When you write out military, it sums to 44. In light of the United States of America's history and all of its wars with Asian countries, Asian island nations, there's so many, it's amazing. Is it any coincidence? It truly seems that there's a real agenda in place to kill and harm Asian life. And let's not forget that Teddy Roosevelt, when he was president, said that we must secure Hawaii for the benefit of the white race. And he was talking about that in terms of white people against Asians. Us and them. It's always divide and conquer, order out of chaos. That's what Pearl Harbor Day was. Bombing of Hawaii, which used to be an Asian island that's not even that far from Japan, that was once secured as a military strategic territory. You see? This story, it also happened on a Sunday, by the way. Sunday has the gematria of 33, just like Hawaii is one of 3 states with a 33 gematria. The first state, Delaware, which was established on a date with 33 numerology, has 33 gematria. The 6th state, Massachusetts, the numerology of 33 is 3 plus 3 equals 6. And the 50th state, Hawaii. If you count reverse ordinal gematria, New York also has the 33 connection. That means there's 4 33 states. 433 is the 84th prime number. Show you something real quick. 433, the 84th prime number. United States of America equals 84. Read the book 1984, written by George Orwell, a member of the Fabian Society. Fabian 33. The main character in his book 1984 is Winston 33. Winston's also 114. The book was written right after World War II. Think about Winston Churchill, the face of World War II. Anyway, 1984, about building a police state with propaganda, a nation always at war, war symbolism. A lot of numbers coded into that book. See my blog post on George Orwell and all the things coded into the slogans from that book. Whole lot of familiar numbers. Also, the Korean War. It started on George Orwell's birthday, right after he died, June 25th, 1945. 49, or was it 1950? One of those 2 years. Right after George Orwell passed, though, on his birthday, June 25th. He would have turned 47. But another note, the media keeps emphasizing public relations. For some reason, they want to keep introducing public relations with this. I don't quite see their angle, but just know that this incident happened on April 9th. 9/4, as it's written in most parts of the world, public relations equals 94. April 9th was a date with 50 numerology. Public relations also has gematria of 229, the 50th prime. So I'm not sure where they're going with the public relations. I see the race war symbolism. I see the World War tribute. Maybe in a sense, public relations, war, they all go together. You know, the media, the government. Public relations is all about covering up for a lie or a deception or a wrongdoing. And they say in war, the first casualty is the truth. There's also a lot of wrongdoing in war. But CNN, anyway, they use the word nightmare. Nightmare has that 50 connection. I'll tell you what a nightmare is. It's this nation when you're awake. America, 50, 50 states. Donald equals 50. I mean, think about that. An orange Oompa Loompa is the president. Somebody pinch me. But yeah, watch the video. You know, a security officer forcefully reaches in, yanks him out of his seat. He gets drugged by his back the whole way. I think it's all made for TV theater production. But notice, in the mainstream coverage, they're saying United's at fault here. But there's no mention of how rough the police and security were at moving this man out of the plane. I don't exactly understand why United's getting all of the criticism when it's the police and security that roughhoused him. You know what I mean? I think that's also part of the police state agenda. Put the blame where it doesn't belong, act as if the police can do no wrong. You know, we see that again and again reinforced in the news. Police officer shoots teenager in the back unarmed and then acquitted. You know what I mean? So last video, I got to work hard on the book. I'm going to be working hard, grinding on it for the next 36 hours. Well, I'll sleep, but up until the radio show, that's all I got time to do. I got to get this book finished. Please, tune into the show tomorrow night. It's going to be great. If anything happens between now and then, I'll cover it in the radio show. For all of you who follow me and follow all these other channels that make all these videos about me, you know, leave them a comment. Say, Zach wants you to call into a show tomorrow night. Let's hear these people have a conversation with me. The same people who want to put out all these videos demonizing me and my work. You know, Russian Vid said because I got green guard insulation on my house, that makes me a Freemason. Maybe Russian Vids wants to call into the radio show tomorrow night and defend his stance. By his, calculations, that would make half of the homeowners in this country Freemasons, because green guards and a lot of walls. No, the Freemasons that deserve exposing, they're the ones I expose every day. Anybody who's trying to expose me, to me, seems like, they're obviously not, they're not fighting the right fight. There's no one in the last 3 years who's put out more work that exposes more about the wrongdoing in this world and what needs to be shut down. And one of the first things that needs to be shut down is this fraudulent media that programs people with poison, such as this. Just another negative news story, nonsensical. We're a nation with a growing Asian population. I mean, this story probably horrifies a lot of Asian people. But this is what it's all about, news by the numbers. They waited till today to make this the big news story for a reason. And hey, Mr. Polarization Nation, for the record, I don't know why, I don't know what it is with this guy. Something tells me this guy is not like a paid-for government shill. I don't know if he's too paranoid or what, but he knows how to make a video. Most of his message is on point. He always takes it too far. Sometimes he adds things into his video that I think are kind of silly and discredit his message, but some people might say the same thing about me. But, I'm not here to fight with Polarization Nation or any of these other people that spend all this time attacking me. There's too much propaganda to expose. There's too much truth to get out. So what I'd like to see Polarization Nation do is, shape up, start sharing my work, including my decoding in the same way he decodes. I don't know how. Polarization Nation, for real, if you think your decoding methods are more relevant or important, I would love for you to call into my radio show. I really would. And defend your point. I'll let you speak all day as long as you speak sense. So tomorrow night, radio show, Truth Frequency Radio. If you don't know Truth Frequency Radio, whoops. Truth Frequency Radio, nonstop radio program. There's a, I don't want the page. That's the page I need to go into to get into my radio show. But if you don't listen to Truth Frequency Radio, a lot of good programs on here. I have a weekly show. My show is every Wednesday. If you scroll down the front page, sometimes I'll be up at the top. It's random how it is. There, you do the full list. I pop up here. If you listen to my show, the way Truth Frequency Radio is you can listen to every episode. They all get archived. You can listen to any episode for free up to 10 days after it airs. After that, you have to be a paid-for member. If there's a radio station you want to support, if you click on their page in the Sign Me Up, half of whatever you subscribe to, if you do a 1-month subscription, that's $5, $2.50 will go to that radio show. So if you clicked on the Sign Me Up, for my page, I would get half of whatever your contribution is, and I'm more than grateful for that. Or excuse me, I want to make sure the prices are right. 1 month is $10, 3 months $25, 6 months $40, a whole year $70. So that's a little less than $6 a month, $5 and change. If you think about it, so many of you I know pay for cable, and maybe there's things you like to watch on there, but most of it's just poison, and you're spending, at least $70 a month. You listen to just the episodes on my archive channel, and you get everybody's show. You get every archived episode. You can listen to so much information and content and interviews. But I'm telling you, just listen to the last 4 episodes that I put out on this radio show in the last month's time. I'm telling you, way more information beneficial to your life than you're going to get from watching the TV for a whole year. You know what I mean? So, if you're broke, it's okay. You can listen for free too. I'm just letting you know it's not that expensive in terms of the content you get, all the programs. There's so many archived episodes here. All right, True Seeker, I hope I got some of these people calling in. It's going to be a good show tomorrow night. Got to go work on the book. If you missed all the videos I put out yesterday, I put out 7 new ones yesterday. 3rd video today. Plenty of content. Don't be afraid to go back and watch all my old videos. I've tried to make every video a keeper, so it'll always be worth watching, from the beginning to the present. And I got over 2,000 total. Until next time, True Seeker.